Hello, welcome to Art with the Armory with AARP. Today we are beginning a monthly series featuring the talented artists of the Armory Learning Arts Center. I'm Ann Hales with AARP Alabama, and we are so excited to be able to bring you this broadcast. We're going to do this each month, not necessarily on the same day each month. So we will ask you to stay in touch with us through our Facebook page, through our YouTube channels, and through our website. So, although we can't meet in person, this gives us the opportunity to showcase some of the programs that the Armory has to offer, and we'll talk about that a little bit more this morning. AARP is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization. Our mission is to empower people to choose how they want to live as they age. During this time of social isolation, it's a challenge to stay connected. We still need to have some fun. So this morning, we're going to bring you some fun and a time to get with other people, learn a new skill, try something new, and expand your creativity a little bit. You're going to really like what we're doing this morning. Right now, let me introduce to you our guest. We have Danai Morgan and Margaret Barber, and they are with the staff of the Armory Learning Arts Center. Margaret Barber is the arts program. I'm going to read this from my notes to make sure I tell you exactly. She is
community arts facility. We offer lots of classes. We like to say from age 5 to 95. So we have something for everyone. You're not too young or too old for a lot of the things that we offer. We have visual arts, we have music arts, theater, literary arts. We offer fitness classes, and we're really happy to be joined up with AARP Alabama to offer some fun activities.
You said it's for every age group.
Yes, absolutely.
I remember my children went there taking art classes and also doing things like gymnastics. I think you have everything in there. So what is a flour sack towel and what is a batik flour sack towel? And I didn't really understand all of it, although I have one. Somebody gave me one as a gift, and I thought this was the perfect thing. So tell us a little bit about this.
Okay. Flour sack towel is just a big, some people call them bar mop towels. Some people, but they look like what my grandma used, flour sacks. Flour used to come in big sacks. And I'm sure some of our listeners or watchers today, viewers, know that stuff firsthand or experienced it. So the big towels that my grandma made out of sacks, they're just big cotton muslin, towels. You could use napkins, you could use t-shirt, you can just about do this batik project on anything, as long as it's cotton and absorbent. The batik project that we're going to do is you're going to use glue to create a resist on the piece of fabric. So the glue will be squirted onto a design that you draw on your towel, and then let the glue dry, and then paint. And once the paint's dry, you wash it in the hot washer and hot dryer, and it sets. The glue washes out, and the piece comes out without the glue on it, and where the glue was, it's white. Is that making sense?
Yes. So Lee Leitner is asking, can you use linen?
Sure. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. What about well, you said anything cotton, so a pillowcase. Mm-hmm. You could do a
That's where I first did this project, was with my youngest son in his first or second grade class. They illustrated a book. And this is something fun to do with your grandkids, too. If you've got a favorite book that you read with them at night, do this project with them. not just or don't, I mean, but it's an opportunity to broaden your scope with this project. It could be done with your grandkids, your nieces, nephews, neighborhood kids. It's not something that's just for adults.
Okay. All right. I think it also would be a good gift, especially now. What made me really think about this when you were showing it to me before is that, now when people are really isolating and they are away from people and they're not near family and they're not getting together, I know this is a lightweight thing or gift that you can easily create and send through the mail.
Yes,
right?
just a padded envelope, or just a thick envelope would work perfect to fold it up and stick it in your mail.
Yeah.
And if you want to bump it up a notch, you make the gift and you cook a little batch of cookies and then you take it over to your neighbor's house or somebody that's not getting out much.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cute.
If you would like to try that out on me, you can. Okay, so let's go ahead and show the video. And so today, everyone, we have a video that goes through the process, and it'll give you an idea of what we're going to do. And afterwards, we'll still be here that you can ask questions then of how to do it and more questions about the Armory itself. And we will tell you more about the next class that's coming up next month. But so let's go ahead and we'll get to the video.
Hi, thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing a fun glue batik project today, and this is just a sample of something you might want to try. You can choose your own image, or you can follow along with our design. First of all, we're going to need some supplies. You're going to need a piece of cardboard. You're going to need some sort of fabric. These are flour sack towels. They're big and absorbent and handy in the kitchen. This will be what we're actually painting on. We're going to need some school glue. You can use white glue, you can use clear school glue, the gel. You're going to need some sort of fabric paint in a variety of colors. You're going to need some sort of a paintbrush or foam brush, works pretty well, and a pencil to transfer your design to your towel. about finished with the background for our flour sack towel, and we're going to let it dry and then wash it, and we'll show you the finished result.
Oh, that was great.
I like the music.
I like the music too. That it looked like. I think another thing that I like so much is that it doesn't have. You don't have to be perfect.
No.
There was you were painting. You don't have to stay in the lines. And you can be creative with that.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that one of the live comments was that they were asking if the paints are watered down or used as they come out of the container. Definitely do not water the paints down. Our experience, unless you want a real muted light design, use your paints full strength. And also make sure you wash your fabric before. I was thinking about the linen comment. If you're whatever fabric you use, we pre-wash the towels before we use them, and then just kind of press them flat so you don't have a bunch of wrinkly surface to try to paint on.
Okay. Did you wash that in the washing machine or just in a bucket of water? You did it in the washing machine.
In the washing machine. I probably wouldn't wash it with anything else. You might come out with a little pink underwear or something. But yeah, just either you could wash them in the sink, I guess. I mean, it would just take a little while to get that glue all out, because you wait until the glue is dry before you start painting.
Okay. And just with what you didn't put soap or detergent in there at that time. It's just water. You did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. I think you could probably get away with washing it in a small load in hot water without washing detergent. We found that it really, the paint kind of gets a little muted. So, maybe it's a good idea to just experiment. But you definitely want a good covering of paint, and you want full strength paint.
Okay.
Yes, because you do lose a lot of the vibrancy of the paint in the wash cycle. And I was a little leery too. I was like, we're putting this in the washing machine with paint on it. But really, it's not a problem. The paint just comes right off. And when you pull it out, the paint's gone. I was going to say, one of the beauty of this is that you can stop and start this video as you're working. So if you need to see something more detailed, you can pause it. But one of the things that might be a little confusing, we may need to explain, is once you put that glue design on there, then we let that sit for several hours for that glue to dry. Even I think we let it sit overnight. You wouldn't have to do that long, but then you come back and it's completely dry before you put your paints on there.
Okay, that's good. Another Leanne asked, can you tell me the products you use? And one of the things I was curious about, because I looked online for, and you don't have to talk about brands, but the different kinds of fabric paints. There are so many kinds. Was there a particular kind of fabric paint, or did you look for colors or just price points?
Price point mainly, and something that would be affordable for most anybody to choose. I did want something that wasn't gonna not work. So, but the Tulip brand, you can buy those at a craft store or a big box retail store. Okay. We all know what that one is.
And several asked about the glue, the school glue. Any kind of school glue, but it has to be that washable kind, right?
Yes. You want it to wash out. And somebody had asked about how this batik is different than traditional batik. I think traditional batik is done with a wax products, and this is just done with school glue. So the glue access the wax.
Okay. And I know you did say, and I want to reiterate this too, that you need to have a piece of cardboard or something underneath whatever to protect your work surface.
Yeah.
Something where the paint will not go through onto if you're doing it on a nice table or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Tablecloth, it will be painted.
Yeah, and another part, Julie said she's seeing these towels very expensive in bunches, and I think you can get these at department stores.
Yes.
You can get them in department stores and craft stores and
Put 'em
online.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and two, I won't name that store, but that big box store.
Yeah.
I think we got a pack of 10 for less than $8. It was like
Wow.
7 something. So, and that goes a long way when you're making gifts or things for yourself. I would say in picking your paints, don't go the pastel route. You're going to want to go with your vibrant colors because you are going to lose some of that in the wash. So start with your rich, vibrant colors, and then it's going to be a muted tone when you're at the end of the process.
Okay.
And I will say that a tighter weave looks a little different than the flour sack towel is a really loose weave woven fabric. And when you use like a percale or cotton pillowcase, it's just going to take the paint differently. So experiment and play around with what you like, you know.
Okay.
Let's see.
I was looking at some more. Can you use stencils?
Yes, you sure can. In fact, we played around with one example using circles, and you dip the rim of the cup into a little plate of glue, and then you use that cup as a stencil, and create a pattern. That was kind of a cool pattern. It's just you just have to, it's fun. It's limitless. You can you're only limited by your imagination. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can actually. This project's been done out there, so you can look. We went online. Pinterest has some inspirational ideas. We did a peacock feather.
Oh yeah.
What else did we do, Margaret? We did
bamboo. You did a little "You're My Sunshine." It had a bright, like a sunshine in the corner, and you can draw words on your fabric with glue. That's kind of a cool thing too. I will say that when you get really, really, really thick glue, it takes a long time to dry, and then it takes that much time to wash out. So I think just be sensible in your glue application.
Okay. Well, this sounds good. We will try to, if it's possible, and I'm not sure, we are new at this, so we will try to post some pictures of the things that they have done. The feather that you did was beautiful because it had purples and blues and greens. So we'll try to post some different things, but you can really, it's endless, the different things that you can do in designs. And it will be amazing the things that kids can come up with, I know too. So it's just going to be a fun thing to do. And so if you are on my gift list, you are probably going to get one of these at some point. That's my plan. This says you can buy a medium that will change any acrylic paint into fabric paint.
I didn't know that.
Save
I'm
money.
learning something today. Cool.
So Candy Smith, if you can post in there, do you know what that medium is called or how we could search for it?
I want to say I've heard of this, and I don't know that I've used it before, but I think it's a textile medium. But I think we saw that when we were out shopping. It's just easier for us to get the fabric paint. But yeah, you can certainly, if you're like me, you have a stash of acrylic paints at home.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot more cost effective to go just get the one bottle of the medium.
Okay. Okay, so let's tell a little bit about the project next month. And that is in July on the 22nd at 10 a.m. And I think the 22nd is on a Wednesday. So these are not going to be exactly a month spaced apart. These are based on what we had planned already to do in person. And we have moved them online, which is, there's a bright spot to this too, because now we can share it with so many people. Before we were limited in our class sizes. So this is going to be really nice. And we will try to learn or try to post the things that you need ahead of time. One thing we wanted to know, we thought, would it be better, and so you can put this in your comments, do you think it would be better if we posted an interview with the artist a few days ahead and then just posted the video, or just would you like us to do that, or do it like this and then you can keep coming back to the video? If there's something that you would like, or something that you would like to see too as art, you can put that in. We have some plans for events going through December. But if you have ideas for things that you have seen that you would like to explore, let us know. You can let us know in the chat here or in the comments, or you can email or let us know another way. Somebody asked about puff paint. Laura Little. No
Don't use puff paint.
Okay. All right. And then
because it's got to spread out. The paint's got to spread out over your like if this is the glue, you're going to want the paint in here. You're going to want the puff paint will just act like it won't spread out.
A barrier. It would be a barrier. Confine the process is to have the paint spread. So
okay. All right. Well, like I said, our next event will be July 22nd at 10 a.m. That is on a Wednesday, and you can watch. And I've also put on screen, you can find this video on the AARP Alabama Facebook page, AARP Alabama, and the Armory Learning Arts Center YouTube pages. So you can look for that. You can keep up with AARP events on our Facebook page. They're also on our website page. You can search for AARP Alabama. It's aarp.org/AL, and that is our AARP Alabama page. And that will show you all of our upcoming events. So we hope that you stay with us and keep watching on Facebook. We're doing lots of events, and aarp.org has so many events focusing on caregiving and brain health and fun things to do and great information. And also, as we are dealing with this coronavirus pandemic, there's a lot of information on aarp.org and on AARP Alabama's website. So please feel free to reach out to us with any questions you may have. And thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning. And we will see you again next month. And to talk, it's the painting. Did we talk about? We didn't really talk about much. Let's go back to that. On Wednesday, because I just jumped into the next part. But tell us about the class that we're having on the 22nd.
And that'll be a beach scene. We'll use an acrylic paint. Do we want to go kind of through the materials now, or do you want to do that? Okay.
Sure.
Our artist will be teaching a beach scene. You'll need an acrylic panel, like a canvas panel. You'll need some acrylic paints, a blue, an ochre, a burnt sienna, and white. Those are the 4 colors that she's asking us to provide. And so then she'll just show you how to create your own virtual beach scene, since we can't really get to the beach right now. So.
And a brush. What kind of brush, Margaret?
She said a number 6. a number 6 is a little brush, probably about the size of your pen. But it's personal preference. You could probably use a little bit larger one if you wanted to cover more area with your paint.
I have an idea. This artist is Mary Parker. She's one of our staff teachers here. This is something that I was gifted. So I'm pretty sure, I just realized it was in my window. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be something similar to this. And
Great
she's really
idea.
good. Yeah, she's really great. And she's actually taught some of the classes in person. If you've come to the Armory for an AARP before, she has actually been one of our featured teachers. So it'll be something along these lines, which I love the beach. And so this is, of course, a no-brainer for me to purchase this one.
I do too. I love the beach. Okay. Well, once again, thank you so much for being with us. And we will be back here next month on the 22nd. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today for Art at the Armory on AARP Alabama's Facebook page.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Ann. Bye.